Hey guys, Double Wide 6 here, and I'm going to be bringing you a little video today on some tool storage. If you look behind me, you can see I've organized a little bit of a wall there for storage. I'm just trying to get some of my tools a little bit easier to access and a little bit better as far as storage systems. So that's kind of what this video will be about. So we're almost into November here, and if you take a look, we're out in the shop, and I have the pellet stove running, and it's nice and warm in here. So figured I'd just make a little video on some of my tool storage. So I just set this up, and I'm going to kind of take you through what I have and how it works. Alright, so the first thing I've added here is a storage box about 5 inches deep, 24 long, and these work great for aerosol cans, spray paints, all that type of stuff. I'm storing my little springs and nuts and bolts and oil fittings, and I have some screws in here. I didn't want to put anything flammable there just because of the pellet stove being so close. Next thing I have is a spot for all my levels. I'm tired of hanging my levels up here. I've kind of run out of room, and so I wanted to find a dedicated spot for them, and I have them up here just mounted up there on particle board. They're real easy to pop off, and I know right where they go, so it's easy to keep track of them. I have a shelf here that I made. The little storage shelf holds some of my 18-volt cordless drills and flashlights and chargers. Now everything's together. As far as drill storage, by putting a 2-inch diameter hole, that works real well for the drills. So I have an impact gun and a drill. They go right in there. Up top, some of my measuring equipment. I have a bunch of combination squares. I just made a little slotted shelf. I also put a pair of scissors up in here because I'm always looking for scissors, and that holds everything, keeps it real nice, neat, out of the way. Up here I just have some string that I use for lawnmower cords and things like that, and I've set it up on a roll so I can just spin it out of there. Tape measure holder. I'm always looking for a tape measure. I got a bunch of them, so it just clips on here. I actually just made this little Z-bend on that homemade sheet metal bender thing that I made, so that worked out pretty well. Here I have a impact gun. You can see it takes different bits, and I've set it up so that the bits were right here. I used to have this stuff in a drawer, and everything was always hard to find. You'd be missing bits, couldn't locate them. Now we have easy access for everything. And once again, I just drilled another 2-inch diameter hole to hold that in place. Down here, I actually run 2 grinders. I have one for cutting off metal. I got another one for grinding metal. I've just set up a little dinky, it's probably hard to see, but that's plexiglass 1/4 inch, has a V cut. It's actually acrylic, and then you can take the tool and just set it in the V. That'll hold it. That works for both of them. Alright, easy to get in and out of there. It's another thing that I look for when I make tool storage. I want it to be easy. I don't want to have to undo anything. I just want to grab the tool and pull it off the shelf. I have some quick grip clamps here. Just made a little wooden thing just to hold them, and that works out real well. I used to have them dangling over my workbench, and they'd be in my way. I had a light behind them, and then the light would get all these shadows from it. Saw blade storage, just out of the way, up high enough the kids won't be able to reach it. I have some more little quick grip clamps, and once again, it's real quick, easy access for them. I have some nail guns up here just to get them out of the way, and we just set these up. They're just hanging on screws, you know. Works real well. If you need it, it's there to go. Oops, that's not how it goes on there. I guess it goes like this, but you know, it's just pretty simple. And this thing, that's that sheet metal holder that I made, my bender. It's not in the vise all the time, so get it out of the way. That's a good spot for it. You'll notice I mounted all this stuff up on 1/2-inch particle board plywood, and the reason for that is basically you can't just hang this stuff on drywall because it'll pull out, or you'd have to put pretty heavy anchors. So by screwing that in to the studs with like 3-inch drywall screws, everything's attached real nice, real neat, and you know, it's not going to go anywhere. And then, you know, I can put things like this that aren't mounted on studs just mounted into that plywood, so that works out real well for me. Over here you'll see my compound miter saw. I've actually set this saw up. This is kind of unique. I have it on a cabinet, and I have these adjustable rollers on each side of the cabinet, and what that does is it allows me to rest wood across the saw and on the rollers, which are located on both sides of that table. So that's a nice little modification to a cabinet for a compound miter saw. And then over at the end I have my chainsaw mount. It's just right on a stud there, and that holds 2 saws, keeps them out of the way. So I made a little video on how to make that thing, and there that is in action. Here's how I store my wrenches. I used to just have them in a toolbox, but it's kind of a pain to find the exact wrench you want, and I have all these little boards, each have a nail, and then I have it, you know, the sizes of the wrenches. Do that SAE and metric. And then up here I got one cabinet door that holds all my standard sockets, and I have another cabinet door over here that holds my metric sockets. So that's real simple, and it keeps me pretty organized. This is my magnetic storage. I just made this about 2 months ago, and it's been working out pretty well. I put my most used hand tools usually up on those magnets. Just makes easy access. So if you take a look here, I got like basically a roller toolbox. This thing, it's only about 1 foot deep, and it's good for small parts and stuff, but really the drawers are small. You know, you can't really hold that much stuff in these drawers. I mean, obviously you could lay down some wrenches or something, but you can see, you know, I just kind of have all this stuff thrown in there, and it's really hard to find things. So I'm not a big fan of the roller toolbox. I mean, obviously I don't have the best one on the market, but anyhow, that thing was probably close to $100. And if you look at these black cabinets going all the way down and all the way up here, those are old kitchen cabinets that I bought from some dude off Craigslist for like $100. I painted them black, and they are absolutely awesome storage. Okay, if we take a look, here's the drawer. What you'll notice is it has metal tracks, ball bearings. You could fit all kinds of stuff in the drawers. They're nice deep drawers, a lot better than that cabinet. And up in here, these are your standard, you know, 12-inch cabinets, and you know, they fit everything. They work well. They're adjustable shelves, so you really can't go wrong buying an old kitchen like that someone's trying to get rid of. And then I just used the guy's countertops for the top. I had to, you know, kind of cut them and fit them together, but I was able to do it. It looks good. You can see I mounted a power strip on here, so I have easy power there, and that works out well. Here's the cabinet that was where the sink was, and what I did is I made a drawer here. I must have had those tracks, and yeah, I have matching oh, I know what happened. When this thing, when there's a sink there, they put handles on here, and then they just leave them there, and the drawer doesn't open. Well, I made the drawer, and I used the same handles, and I put my own tracks on there, and that works well. If you look in here, I have some little custom boxes that I made. This is a great way to organize your drawers so you don't just have such a mess. And these boxes obviously are big enough that you can fit some tools in it. I couldn't do something like this in that little dinky red cabinet. So down here I did a little improvising. Like these drawers, these were actually from a different kitchen cabinet set, and I put a kitchenette in the basement and this was left over, so I just kind of mounted them inside there. Got a little extra storage as well. And this open area down there, I have a pancake air compressor, some nail guns and stuff, and you know, it's nice to have a spot open like that just for storage. And you can see I have a bench over here, and down in there I have some storage, so that works well. So this cabinet here, this I got, basically it was on the side of a road with a free sign. I painted it red and black, and I put this top on it, this butcher board top. I had that laying around, so I put that on there. And this thing is absolutely awesome. I don't know if it was like part of a hospital room or something like that, but I mean, it's got solid metal drawers, all ball bearings. The drawers fully extend, and they're deep enough that you can actually put some stuff in there, and there's some bigger drawers on that side. And that thing probably weighs, you know, with nothing in it, it probably weighs about 80 pounds, maybe even more. It's really well built, and that's probably the best tool storage cabinet that I have. And I was debating if I was going to pick it up and take it, and I'm really happy I did. I've had it about 4 or 5 years now, and it's been working out awesome. So this is what I'd really recommend rather than one of those real expensive toolboxes. Here's another cabinet that came with the rest of those black ones. I just kind of have it over on the side, but what you can see is I have all my spray bottles. They're all hanging on a metal cable under there, so that's good storage for those. And I put crown molding on top of these, and what that does is it makes a nice storage area for boxes and stuff on top. I guess this is the last cabinet I got with the set. I got it wedged right in between some garage doors there, and same deal, crown molding, little storage up top if you want it. I got some tools hanging on the side there, and then underneath I have my grinder and brush. That works out really well right there, because if you have something long, you can stick it out the garage door on either side and it's out of the way, and that works out great. And as you can see, I usually try and make storage shelves underneath that you can fit a bucket underneath. So I store a lot of stuff in 5-gallon buckets, like there's nails and screws and stuff and different pans. But it's nice to be able to just slide that underneath like that and get it out of the way. If we look up top on the walls, you can see I have a lot of these are just made from lawnmower handles, like hooks and things. That one's holding some sawhorses. I have like an angled jig for my table saw for cutting miters. That's a bench for painting. That's a straight cut, cross cut jig for table saw. I have ladders up here. That's a nice ladder rack. Get them on the wall out of the way and easy access. And up top is actually, that thing is a pickup truck bed liner, like unloader thing. So I just keep that stored up there, and it's out of the way and it's easy to get to if I need it. Here's some more lawnmower handle racks. This thing's for hanging brooms and stuff. So once again, I got a spot for them. They're out of the way, and works out well. So what you're looking at here is a full-size table saw. You can see the blade down at the other end, and up here I have a router mounted upside down in the table. I used to have a separate router station, but I figured out that I could save a little room by building the router into the table here, and I've set up the fence on the table saw. I made this little platform that goes over it, and I can lock that thing in place. And I also milled a slot for a miter gauge, and that saves me a lot of room. Believe it or not, I actually am pretty much trained in doing woodworking stuff. I have my first degree in manufacturing, and all through college I took a lot of upper level woodworking classes, and man, I used to make all kinds of furniture, all kinds of stuff all the time, and then I really got into like the small engine stuff. I really haven't built any furniture in probably like 3 or 4 years, and this is just, you know, my shop here at my garage. Obviously I had a more complex setup at work, but anyhow, the other thing I can do is just pop that wooden thing off here, and this fence can be used down here for the table saw. So once again, I set it up so that you don't really need any tools to adjust from one to the other. It's real quick and really efficient. Another good storage device is a file cabinet. This one, you can see the lock's missing. It was free, and once again, you have a deep drawer. It's on metal tracks, and you can fit all kinds of stuff in here. So I use this basically just for some bigger tools and stuff. You can just throw them in there and you got a spot for it. And you know, that one there has 5 drawers. You really can't beat it, the storage it gives you. So I'm double wide 6, and hopefully you enjoyed this video and learned a few little tips or tricks. Please feel free to share your comments in the comment section. Let us know how you're storing your tools. I'm hoping here in the next couple weeks to get my entire shop all organized and everything stored away. Problem is, I just have so many projects coming in. I'm always working on stuff, so I do everything, you know, woodworking projects to whatever's on the bench there, small engine stuff, tractors, and everything just kind of keeps me busy. Snow blowers are starting to pick up, so it's just real hard to keep organized, but by building some of these tool racks and stuff, it's going to make my life a little bit easier. Thanks for watching. Please comment. See ya.